Okay, so Kingdom is on break this week, so instead of a review, I thought I'd give you my predictions or hopes for the next chapter. But first of all, let's quickly recap what happened last chapter. So RIBOKU arrived back at Kantan and was about to leave to go speak with the king about mobilizing their forces so that they could trap Quinn within their lands and then wipe them out completely. But then he's informed about Osen's actions with the civilians and begins to panic, understandably. We then jump over to Gyo and watch as the civilians, or locusts I should say, devour over 5 granaries worth of Gyo supplies, only to see Quinn closing in on them over the horizon. Luckily though, every last civilian manages to make it in safely before they close the gates, but with half of their provisions depleted already, they're in no better shape than Quinn are right now, other than the fact that they've got a roof over their heads, meaning that this has now become a battle of endurance and attrition. Of course though, that chapter just wouldn't be complete without a badass Kanki and Osen panel right before Osen hands down the power to Kanki before rushing off to do some more unpredictable shit. And that brings us to the current situation and the prediction. So, in the next chapter, I hope to see some hype interaction between RIBOKU and the king. I want to see him call that pervert out for all of his shit. Like, real talk, RIBOKU better go ham. And of course, RIBOKU isn't disrespectful like Shin though. Like, I can't imagine RIBOKU going straight out in the open like, give me my fucking troops. Nah, instead I see him going on some passive aggressive type shit. Like, you know when you're having just an average discussion but low-key you're dissing the shit out of that bitch. Like, I kind of feel like the king deserves it because he's giving zero cooperation, yet he's going to be placing all of the blame on RIBOKU if things actually go wrong. So yeah, RIBOKU, please make him rethink his life. But yeah, I think that's all we're going to get from RIBOKU though. Like, I feel like he's just going to have a discussion with the king, get the permission to use the troops, or maybe not get permission to use the troops. More than likely he will get it because this is RIBOKU we're talking about. So I feel like that's what we're going to get for him, then we're going to move on from that. Especially if next chapter is going to follow the same formula as the last few chapters where we keep switching between the two teams. And I kind of feel like we might get to see a bit of what Osen has gone to do as well. But if we do, it will probably be in the very last page and then leave us on that cliffhanger. Kind of similar to what they did when they revealed Osen was going to go scout Gyo for the first time. Like, it just showed Osen staring at Gyo and then showed the city itself and then it just cut. So I feel like if we do see Osen, it will do that same type of thing. But I don't think we're going to get any attack on Gyo next chapter though, seeing as it wouldn't really be in our best interest to mount an attack on Gyo. Like, they'd be a lot smarter to just wait it out and bide their time. Gyo's going to run out of resources eventually, and pretty quickly at that, since they've got 9 cities worth of civilians there. Especially if my theory is right and Kanki has snuck men in there to sabotage their supply lines and storages and all of that stuff. Like, they'd run out of resources extremely fast, so for us to mount an attack on them this early on wouldn't really make sense. Like, we should just wait for them to get weaker, and I think that's what we're going to do. I don't feel like we're going to be attacking Gyo next chapter. And if we do get any action between Gyo and the allied armies, then it would probably be the people of Gyo attacking Quinn instead of Quinn attacking Gyo. Judging by the panel that they showed of Gyo last chapter, it shows that Quinn has completely surrounded the city, and this might just be how it was drawn to kind of fit everything in. But in that panel, all of the troops look pretty close to the walls, like within arrow range, so I wouldn't be too surprised if Gyo kind of like tried to push them back with arrow fire or something like that. So we see our allied armies trying to fend off against a storm of arrows or something like that. I feel like the next couple of chapters are going to be reminiscent of the Battle of Sai in the Coalition arc, where it was literally just a battle of endurance, whoever could hold out for the longest. Like, I imagine the Gyo siege being something like that, with a little bit of Kanki's underhanded tactics thrown in there as well. But who knows, I wouldn't complain if we did see some action. Like, Kingdom action is always great, especially when you've got all of these amazing people built into one army. Like, that would be so hyped to see, so I wouldn't complain if we did, but I wouldn't be too surprised if we didn't either. But let me know what you guys think we're going to see in the next chapter. Do any of you guys feel like we're going to get some Yotanwa action? I feel like she's going to be off screen for a little while longer, at least until the really important stuff with RIBOKU and the king is out of the way. But let me know what you guys think. Like the video if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already for more of that Kingdom greatness, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
1